What's up, YouTube? Avenger Duels here. I actually just made like a 10-minute video, and like in the middle of the recording on YouTube, it was like something went wrong, so like I'm gonna make it again. Okay, so I'm gonna basically be talking about two things today. It's gonna be sort of like a dual topic discussion. I'm gonna be because I got a lot of haters basically already because of my Patrick Hoban dissecting video, because people were butthurt that I had opinions on the deck that I didn't like because he topped an event and I didn't apparently. But anyways, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything to any of you. I apologize if I came off as a prick or whatever. Anyways, before I even get into that, I'm going to talk about the first topic of discussion, which is the one deck that I think is so annoyingly overplayed and just annoying in general. And it won't die. Like, it won't go away, and I'm just really bored of the deck, and this is my opinion. I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm not trying to hate on the deck at all. I don't really hate any deck, except for Insectors back in the day. That was dumb. But anyways, and Wind Up. But anyway, I just think the deck it's just so annoying to me, and that's Darkworld. I just wish Konami would have killed the deck like a millennium ago, because it's just I'm kind of bored of it. I mean, it's old news. So when someone opens up the field spell, I'm just like, really, another one? Like, it's probably the most commonly played deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. And I don't really get it. I don't really get the appeal. So I mean, if you let's say you main the deck or whatever, I'm not trying to hate on you, whatever. Play what you want to play. That's my motto. But if you wouldn't mind, would you comment and tell me what you really like about Darkworld? Because I don't get it. Because from my understanding, it didn't get any more support through the years, as far as I know. I could be wrong. It's not that good compared to the format right now. Don't get me wrong, it can compete if you get some power plays going. But it's like, it's not like especially good, like, and there's no like denying that. Like, everyone knows it's not a secret. It's not like something that's like heavily discussed. I mean, people generally know. You know, Dragon Rulers, Prophecy, even Evil Swarm. It's a better deck generally than Darkworld. It's just in the long run, after obvious testing, you can tell that the deck is better. Obviously, Darkworld would be topping, which it's not. So I don't really get why people are playing it, because it's, one, not that good. I mean, I'm using the wrong word. It's not that good compared to the certain decks that are popping right now. No new support, so nothing new is happening with it. It's just same old shit. And three, it's old, and it's reliant on one card. I don't know why people play it. So again, if you can explain it to me, it's please, because I really don't know. I really want to know like what people like about it. I'm thinking maybe it's the fact that it can be very powerful. Like, if you really like sack, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy shit. So yeah, it's pretty cool when you sack. But I don't know. I just don't really understand it. I don't understand why so many people play it. That's what I don't get. Like, it's not like if I saw it like once in every blue moon, I'd be like, oh, okay, he's probably just testing it, or maybe it's his main deck, whatever. But I see it like so often. I'm like, why are people playing this so much? I don't know. Oh, speaking of annoying decks, I'm gonna be probably doing a video about Madolche. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah. That deck is so good. It really is. It's inconsistent sometimes. Like, I think that's the main issue with it, is that it's sometimes inconsistent. But the deck is so good. It's so powerful. It's stupid. Like, Tiramisu is just too good. But I'm gonna go into that at a later date. So anyways, the second topic I'm gonna talk about, this is the main topic, I guess. Well, as you guys know, as I already said, I got a lot of hate about my one video, and on my Evil Swarm video, but that's a different topic. And I don't want to point any fingers or anything at anybody. I mean, people get mad at people because they don't like what they hear, um, even though it's true sometimes. Um, so I'm going to go over the Patrick Hoban video. So if you're watching this video and you watch that video, feel free to comment if you want again and harass me. But again, I wasn't trying to hate on him at all. When I called him a retard and I said I was joking, and then said, well, not really, I was just being sarcastic. I don't think he's a retard. Like I said in the comments, he's probably better than me. I'm not going to not admit that. I mean, he's most likely a better player than me. I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, because I don't know personally. But he's probably a better player. I mean, he topped an event, and he seems like he's experienced, and he's been around for a while. He's better than me, I'm sure. So, knowing that, I just want you guys to know that I know that. I understand he's most likely better than me. And that, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a right to share my opinion and say that he made a mistake. In my opinion, he made a mistake. And it wasn't like a huge thing. It's not a big deal. It's just, I just disagree with some of the deck choices, and you guys are hating on me. Like, how can you disagree with him? How can you do that? Anyways, I just think that it's kind of stupid. Like, you can't disagree. You can't like say someone's opinion is wrong. Well, it's sort of not really an opinion. It's actually kind of theoretical probability fact. But people still support the crap out of him, of his choices, of everything he does, because he topped an event, therefore he makes no mistakes. I'm just saying, playing Reckless Greed in a deck that doesn't OTK that much, that doesn't really OTK at all. Some guy was arguing, like, I understand the argument. Oh, I think it's a good choice, whatever. But he was saying that it OTKs like 50% of the time. I think that's the number he used. And I'm like, what? What? How are you OTKing 50% of the time with E-Dragon Dragonuity? How are you OTKing? What? Are you summoning Blaster, Tempest, and Tidal in one turn somehow? Is that a combo I don't know of? Are you going Dragonuity into Scrap Dragon, and then summoning 2 dragons, and then OTKing, pushing like that? Like, it's overextending. Whatever. Whoever, that guy was so, like, that's so wrong. It doesn't OTK. It's not what it does. You go Dragon Ravine, you do your Dragonuity play, and you protect the Stardust. Or, you use your dragons and do whatever. I'm not saying it can't OTK, because it can, but that's not what you do with the deck. That's not the main purpose of the deck. It's a control deck, technically, even though it's an aggro deck, but whatever. Because it's not an OTK deck, I don't think he should have ran Reckless Greed, because it's a -1 after 2 turns. He went into time and lost. That right there should say, it's not really an OTK deck. If Reckless Greed lasts 2 turns, or the turns after it last, it's a -1. That being said, if he draws 2 of them, it's a +1. Okay? So, 5% chance, I think that's the right number. 5% is probably more, because if you activate the first Reckless Greed, you have a chance of drawing into the second Reckless Greed. So I'm just going to say 7% chance that you get the 2 Reckless Greed and plus. And then it's like a huge percent chance, whatever that is, that you minus. I mean, how do you not see the logic in that? It is what it is. It's not really an OTK deck. You do pushes. You don't OTK, though. You're not going to use that advantage you get from Reckless Greed right away. You're not going to. So, that being said, I don't think it's that good. I just don't. I don't think it was a good choice. I don't think Upstart Goblin was a good choice. But Upstart Goblin, I really don't have a mathematical, logically correct answer, because technically it does deck thin a little bit. but you'd be amazed at the percentage that it changes the outcome. So he made the argument that because he has essentially 37 cards in his deck, he will draw into his cards more often, which is true, technically. But he could have ran 3 different cards that would have actually supported his archetype. But he decided to run Upstart Goblin. The percentage is something so minuscule, you would never, ever, ever notice it. The only reason you should ever run Upstart Goblin, in my opinion, is in a super OTK deck. Like, that's what you do, you OTK. So, something where you know that's what your goal is, to OTK. That, or an Exodia deck. That's the only reason to run Upstart Goblin. You're giving your opponent 1,000 life points per Upstart Goblin in, I think it's less than 1%. I'm pretty sure it's less than 1% difference that you get. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it while I'm recording. I'm going to do the math. So I'm going to show you guys what the difference is between Upstart Goblin and not running Upstart Goblin, and running 3 different cards instead that can actually help your win condition. So, let's do this. I forget how to do it now. Okay, so it's pretty easy. So 1 out of 40, and then times 100%. So this is just for normal. So you have a 2.5% chance to draw a, just let's say your first draw. You have a 2.5% chance to draw that certain card from the deck. So think of it like this. Like, let's say I have 1 Darkworld in the deck. The chance that I draw that single card is 2.5%. Okay, that's with Upstart Goblin. So, with Upstart Goblin. So we're going to do 1 in 37 instead of 1 in 40. Times 100. Okay, it went up 0.2%. So, instead of a 2.5% chance of drawing that single card, you now have a 2.7% chance of drawing that card. That is not worth it to me. If that's worth it for Patrick Hoban, good for him. Good choice. Reckless Greed, there's no argument you could make for that. There really isn't. It's a bad choice, honestly. Now, he can have his own personal reasons, and it might, like, if he commented on the video and he gave a good, logical argument for running the card, and it made sense, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get that, then fine. Or if you guys can think of the reason. I can't think of the reason why he would run that card, logically. I don't see how it would help him. Same with Upstart Goblin, logically. Now, it's not really technically scientific because he's technically right in saying that he will draw into his combo pieces, but it's by 0.2% per card. It's just not worth it for me. I would rather have free cards that I can either search or use for something. So that's just me. Again, so that's my reasoning for that. Like I said, I support all my arguments. Every single one of them, I support them. I never make claims that I think that are going to be wrong. I'm not saying I'm never going to be wrong. I'm just saying that if I make a bold claim, I'm going to have evidence and an argument to support me. And it's very unlikely that you will have a counter-argument that is logical and beats mine if it's something really bold. Because I'll put a lot of thought behind it and make sure that there's nothing I'm missing. Now, there might be, because I'm a human and I make mistakes. So if there is, just politely tell me, wait a minute, this does this. Don't say, you're such a prick, blah, 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 have you topped an event? It's like, that doesn't matter. You can't judge somebody because they didn't top an event. You can say someone's good because they did top an event, but you can't say that you're not good because you didn't top an event, or that I can't argue with them because I didn't top an event. That's bullshit. I can argue with whoever the fuck I want. I don't care if I top an event. I never went to an event, so fuck you. And even if I did, and even if I lost and I was horrible at the game, I can still make the argument I want to make because it's correct. That's it. So sorry for anybody that thought I was hating on him, or anybody that thought I was hating on anything. I'm not. So that's it, guys. Just want to do a little update. I'll probably make a video later. So, peace. Duels out.